In a nutshell, I believe our system has become so complex, we've lost the ability to actually understand what it means to be human. And I mean that very sincerely. And the local food movement is the primary tool for reconnecting our connection with our community, with our family, and with what it means to be a biological creature on this planet. It's very exciting. The primary goal, I think, is the connection with the consumer. So you have that consumer supporting the retailer or chef, supporting the wholesaler, supporting the processor, supporting the farmer, and understanding that chain all the way. And if you can consolidate that chain, if you can bypass it, that's all great. But the chain's there for a reason, and it's understanding what that is, but mostly understanding the relationships and honoring those. So from consumer down. There are a lot of barriers. I mean, the fact that we own a meat processor now is because we had a barrier and that we were losing our meat processor when I was just the producer and the farmer. So we had to buy and just learn the art of butchery, and then find the people. Finding the skilled people is always a challenge. Finding the capital is a huge challenge, because this is counterintuitive for the capital markets, that you're investing in the long term in an actual brick and mortar, and then a lot of education. The amount of money you have to spend on relationship building and on an education and supporting that is a barrier. Price isn't the barrier people seem to make it out to be. I haven't had any problem with, I've had some pushback on prices, but that's more of an issue of scale or who I'm dealing with, not the fact that I'm able to sell or not sell. You can train farmers. Farmers grow more easily than consumers. It may sound counterintuitive. There are plenty of people out there who would grow if they had the opportunity and knew what to grow for. Training skills in production, in the processing, can happen. There are enough skilled people out there that we can find and train if we have the capital. Training the consumer, though, in the midst of all the messages about cost is primary, get your value, low-cost leaders, the flyers that every grocery puts out there, the dollar meals and all that. Our critical need is to get the consumer to jump out of that noise and understand the intrinsic value in community food. I think we're in a revolution. I mean, fundamentally, people are stepping up and saying no more. They are rejecting the overly complex system that has created a huge break between capital and labor. That labor is devalued, people are devalued, jobs are devalued, and they're saying no more. And so whether it's Will Allen and Growing Power working with inner city people who have no money, but are doing urban gardens and growing their own food through the cooperative movement, through small-scale processors and aggregators, people are standing up and saying, this is our community, this is our life, and this is where we're putting our money. And that's our future.